Archangel Michael says, God and I have chosen to invite you to witness a great miracle. Just promise you won't tell anyone. God says, my beloved child, for 2 days Michael pleaded with me to let you receive this invitation. Please do not dishonor his devotion by turning away. If you walk past this moment, he will step back in silence. This message is not sent to everyone, you did not stumble here by chance. Heaven has been watching, waiting, guarding this instant, as if holding a delicate pearl. Your name was whispered high above the clouds, echoing through eternity. Archangel Michael stood before God, crying out your name again and again. Please, he said, let them see, let them feel, let them witness this sacred unveiling. And now here you are, heart trembling, fingers hesitant, but something inside urged you not to scroll away. That nudge was real. Heaven does not work through coincidence, it speaks through signs, and this is one of them. You felt watched lately, haven't you? Not in fear, but in a soft sacred way, as if something beyond the veil was drawing closer. When you were alone, there was still a presence in the room. That wasn't your imagination. Michael's wings brushed past your home, more than once this week. Late at night, 3:33, while you drifted between dreams, he hovered above you, hand resting gently over your heart, whispering, Father, let them hear me. You didn't hear it, but heaven did. Even now, as you read these words, there is a subtle shift around you. Can you feel that warmth, that faint pressure on your chest, that unexplainable shiver? That is the first touch of the miracle. God reveals himself slowly, like light creeping through a curtain, not all at once. You have opened the first door, but 2 more wait, and you must not look away. Please do not skip this. Doubt only closes the door, you were chosen to walk through. Archangel Michael is watching. If you ignore this, the message will leave your path, and he will too. You've been hurting quietly, haven't you? Carrying a weight no one fully knows. You smile, you move through the world, but God sees the cracks. Michael hears the whispers you send into your pillow at 2:14 a.m., the words you never say out loud, and they broke his heart. He went to God and said, they've suffered enough, let me show them something beautiful. This message is that beauty, a sacred thread placed in your hands, a holy whisper, not meant for the world, yet heaven made an exception for you. You were chosen, because your heart still believes, even when your mind forgets. A rare revelation is drawing near. It will not arrive with thunder, it will slip in like a breeze over a candle, like a faint name carried in the wind. When it comes, tonight, tomorrow, or in the next 72 hours, you will know. The sign will be gentle but unmistakable, understood only by your soul. That is how heaven speaks, to one heart at a time. You are that heart, keep this to yourself. Just feel it. If this stirs something deep in you, pause, breathe, stay. This is a moment heaven has written only once. If you turn away, it fades. If you remain, the veil thins. Michael rarely kneels, but for you he did. He interceded with fire in his voice, and now heaven watches. Will you stay long enough, to hear the whisper meant only for you? He stood at the gates of glory, holding your name, glowing in his hands. Heaven writes on light, not on paper, and your name hasn't dimmed. That glow proves your spirit hasn't surrendered, even when life pressed hard, even when people walked away, even when cold nights surrounded you. A small piece of faith, just 1%, kept burning. That 1% was enough to open the doors today. That single spark is why you are being invited to witness what many will never believe. You owe no explanation to anyone. This is between you and the one who breathed life into your soul. Haven't you noticed the numbers lately? 11, 33, 44. They weren't coincidences. They were gentle knocks, divine taps, trying to get your attention, without shaking your world apart. You skipped a few before. We waited, because love is patient, God is patient, Michael is patient. Some past messages you missed, and it hurt, because they were meant to lift you. But this one, he begged that it not pass. And you stayed. That single choice has already shifted your timeline. Yes, timeline, because the life you live is only one version of the life heaven has written. Many paths exist, but the one you are about to step onto is the one your soul was born for. It unlocks only through obedience to that inner whisper, not fear, not doubt, but the quiet pull in your chest that says, stay, listen, something holy is near. That voice is not your own, it is divine. The world taught you to dismiss it, but you were never imagining it. Michael confirmed it himself. A presence is coming to your home, not danger, but sacred company. Someone who left this earth is drawing close, not to frighten you, but to comfort, align, and pass a message you were always meant to receive. The veil between worlds is thinner now. When you notice a sudden quiet, a light flicker, or the unshakable sense that you are not alone, don't run. Don't turn away. Simply say, I hear you. And heaven will answer. That's the acknowledgement that heaven requires, to complete the moment. There is something drawing closer to your home. I do not mean danger, I mean presence, sacred, gentle, a visitation you have unknowingly been waiting for. Someone who once walked this earth is leaning nearer tonight. They have waited for heaven's permission to brush close to your spirit, not in body, but in soul. This is not a game. The veil between worlds never thins by accident. Someone you loved, someone who left holding an unfinished word, a regret, or a love that never fully said goodbye, they are coming, not to haunt or to frighten you, but to comfort, to align, and to deliver a message your heart was destined to receive. When you next notice a sudden silence in the room, or a flicker in the light, or that unmistakable feeling of being not alone, don't run. Do not shut your heart. Just say softly, I hear you. That single acknowledgement is enough for heaven to complete the moment. Think back, do you remember the last time you felt true peace? Maybe it was so long ago that it feels like a dream, or maybe it was only a brief second that slipped away before you could hold it. Michael says that peace is returning to you, but not in the way you expect. It will not come through logic, or through people. It will come like a quiet dream, soft as mist. If your spirit isn't awake, it may pass right through your fingers. Stay awake, not with your eyes, but with your soul. Even in sleep, your spirit can listen. Before you rest tonight, whisper to heaven, I am ready. Then close your eyes, Michael will take care of the rest. Something has shifted in your spiritual atmosphere. I must tell you a truth, someone has been praying for you, without you even knowing it. Yes, even now, someone's voice has been lifting your name to heaven. Their prayer pierced through the weight that surrounded you, the heaviness you couldn't break alone. They asked God to shield you, to guide you, to send Michael to your side. And now look, you are here. That prayer is why this message found you. But heaven requires a response. There is a small but powerful decision ahead of you. You are holding on to something or someone that no longer serves your soul. You already know what it is, a memory that bleeds, a guilt that chains, a wound that whispers, a person whose presence keeps you tied to pain. You cannot step into your miracle, while still gripping that blade. Let it go. Let Michael take it from your trembling hands. You are not required to fix it alone. Just release it. Whisper now, Michael, I give it to you. Feel the air shift around you, the weight lifting from your chest. That isn't your imagination, that is grace. If you are still reading, if these words are stirring corners of your soul, no one else touches, then you were meant to receive this. So I ask you again, if this message is reaching your heart, pause, receive it, hold this moment before it fades. Now back to the miracle. It is nearer than you think. In truth, it is already moving toward you. People are being rearranged in your life. Certain connections are loosening, some will fall away, and yes, it will ache. But others are being quietly sent to you, like hidden messengers, carrying words of healing. They will appear at the exact moment you need them, speak the exact words you didn't know your heart was waiting for, and then vanish without fanfare. That is how heaven moves, softly but with precision. Soon a pattern will emerge. You will say to yourself, this cannot be coincidence. And you will be right. Michael told God, they are weary, they need proof. And God replied, then give them their first sign. This message is your first sign. The next may arrive in a dream, or through a stranger's gentle word, or even in a sudden message appearing, when your heart is on the edge of surrender. That is how heaven loves, quietly but unmistakably. And make no mistake, you are deeply loved. Do not measure your worth by your failures. Do not chain your identity to your mistakes. God already forgave what you haven't even spoken aloud. That is the love that covers you now, and Michael stands guard over your future, like a sword of fire. You may be wondering, why now, why this moment? And the answer is simple but sacred, because heaven was waiting for your yes. Not a perfect yes, a whisper was enough. That quiet surrendered moment, where your soul said I'm listening. That opened the gate. And what steps through that gate will not be small. This is the kind of miracle that bends the direction of your life. But hear this, before the miracle arrives, the air around you will shake. You might already feel it, friendships drifting, plans collapsing, emotions rising without reason. Do not fear it, that is not chaos, that is heaven rearranging your path. Michael does not enter silently, when he is preparing something holy. His steps thunder through the spiritual realm. If you feel off balance, it is not because something is breaking, it is because something is being made right. You are being positioned. This is not punishment, this is preparation. Someone in your life is about to show you their true face. God asked me to deliver this softly, but I must be honest, a mask will fall. Someone you've trusted, someone you believe to be safe in your heart, is not who they appear to be. The truth may sting, but it will also free you. This revelation is part of your miracle. You cannot step into the life that waits, while holding hands with illusions. God says, "How can I send them what is real, if their arms are still wrapped around the false?" Archangel Michael has been tracking this shifting energy for weeks, and tonight, yes tonight, the veil begins to lift. Do not be afraid of what leaves, be afraid only of missing what heaven is sending, if you cling to what is already falling apart. And over time the world made you shut it down. You began to believe that it was imagination, that your feelings were just coincidences, that your dreams were only dreams. But Michael says that the spiritual sensitivity you once carried was not a mistake, it was a gift. And that gift is stirring again, even now, even as your eyes move across these words. You might feel a tingling in your hands, a flutter in your chest, a heat on the back of your neck. That is the activation beginning. Heaven is turning the key to something you locked away long ago. It is not too late to use it, in fact, the world needs it now more than ever. You will start to notice small shifts first, numbers aligning in ways that catch your attention, whispers in the wind that feel like your name, objects moving or lights flickering when your heart is heavy. These are not accidents, these are confirmations. Heaven is saying, you are awake again. And when you are awake to the spiritual becomes awake to you. This is why Michael begged for your name to be spoken before the throne, because he saw the light in you flicker, but he also saw that it never went out. He told God, "Give them one more chance to see how loved they are," and God said, "Then open the gates." You might feel overwhelmed, like this is too much, like it can't all be for you. But heaven doesn't pour into an empty vessel by accident. If this is reaching you, it is because your soul is capable of carrying what comes next. And what comes next is not small, it is not a whisper, it is a movement, that will change the path you've been walking. There is a decision that will be placed before you soon. It may seem ordinary, something small, but the choice you make will ripple through your destiny. Michael wants you to choose with faith, not fear. In the next 7 days, expect an encounter. It may come through a dream, so vivid you wake with tears in your eyes. It may come through a stranger, whose words cut through your doubt, like sunlight through dark clouds. It may even come through a moment of stillness, where you feel something holy brush past your spirit. Whatever it is, recognize it, do not dismiss it, do not call it coincidence, call it what it is, heaven breaking through. There is also someone in your life, who carries a heavy shadow, and that shadow has brushed against your energy. You felt tired, drained, uncertain after speaking with them, but you couldn't explain why. Michael wants you to know that this connection is being gently loosened. It is not punishment, it is protection. You are stepping into a light that cannot be dimmed by heavy spirits, and for that to happen, some ties must fade. When it does, let it, do not chase what heaven removes. Your dreams may become strange in the nights ahead. You might see faces you haven't thought about in years, places you've never been, or symbols you don't yet understand. This is your spirit traveling through the corridors of possibility. Some of these dreams will be warnings, some will be confirmations, and one will be a gift, a message you were always meant to receive, but never did. Keep a journal nearby, write it down, even if it makes no sense at first. Heaven speaks in layers, and the meaning will unfold like a flower, when the time is right. There is a particular moment coming, a stillness so strong, that the air itself will feel thick with presence. It might happen at night, in the quiet hours, when the world sleeps. Or it might happen during the day, when you're alone, and a sudden hush falls around you. When this happens, pause, place your hand over your heart, whisper, "I am listening." That single act will open the final door Michael has been guarding for you. The pain you've been carrying will not vanish overnight, but it will no longer be your chain. You will begin to notice moments of unexpected joy, small golden threads that stitch hope back into the fabric of your days. A song will play at just the right time, a message will appear when you need it most, a memory that once hurt, will suddenly bring peace. This is the miracle unfolding, piece by piece. Someone who crossed over, someone who still lingers in your heart, is closer than they've ever been. Their presence has been waiting for this moment, this spiritual alignment. A sign from them will arrive, a feather, a scent, a song, or a sudden warmth, that wraps around you like an embrace. When it comes, speak to them in your heart. They will hear you, they will know that the connection never broke, that love never dies, it only changes shape. And now heaven whispers one more instruction: stop doubting your own worth. The things that happened to you were not punishments, the delays were not denials. You were being prepared for a level of light that cannot coexist with the darkness you once carried. The battles you fought silently are the reason Michael fights so fiercely for you now. You've earned the right to walk into this next chapter, with your head lifted high. Your next 72 hours will carry proof. Watch for the interruption, the small detour, the unexpected pause. Watch for the gentle sign that says, "We are here, you are not alone." The miracle has already begun. Do not look away, do not give up, do not let this pass, like any other message you've ignored before. Heaven is not just speaking, it is moving, and it is moving for you. Then you are already in alignment, standing at the edge of something holy. Heaven waits for your yes to reach its fullness. Take a breath, and let your spirit respond. Michael says that the next 7 days are unlike any days you've walked through before. They are charged with assignments, divine nudges, invisible hands guiding you toward the life that was written for you, before the world ever knew your name. This is not the time to hesitate. Every small act of obedience will ripple into something larger. Even your whispers, even your steps, even your choices, now carry weight, in realms you cannot see. You may notice a sudden sensitivity in your spirit, sounds will feel louder, moments will feel heavier, your own emotions may rise without warning. Don't mistake this for weakness, this is the sharpening of your senses. Heaven cannot move fully in your life, if your heart stays numb, so this is the awakening of your inner sight. When a memory surfaces, honor it, when a face comes to mind, bless them in your spirit, when a sudden urge to release something or someone arrives, do not resist. These are the silent instructions of Michael, aligning your steps to receive what has been waiting for you. A miracle is not always a flash of light in the sky. Sometimes it's a phone call that changes your direction, an apology that frees your heart, an idea that solves a problem you've been carrying for years. Watch for these subtle breakthroughs, because Michael is setting a table for you, one piece at a time. Your life is about to be rearranged, in a way that will not only bring relief, but clarity. Some of you have prayed for clarity more than for blessings, and heaven heard that. The fog is lifting, the noise that kept you confused will quiet, and the path will reveal itself, with a simplicity that makes you wonder why you ever doubted. But I must prepare you for this: the closer a breakthrough comes, the more the enemy tries to distract. It will come as fear, as self-doubt, as sudden exhaustion, or as unnecessary conflict. Recognize it, call it out. Michael's sword has already cleared the real danger, all that's left are shadows, trying to scare you. You will feel these moments, but you will not fall this time. The strength that heaven has been building in secret, is now rising to the surface. You will feel yourself standing taller, even in rooms that once made you shrink. In the next few days, a sign will come in an unexpected way. It may arrive in the form of a number you keep seeing, a name whispered in a dream, or a sudden alignment that makes no earthly sense. Write it down, honor it. When you acknowledge heaven's movement, the flow increases. This is how alignment works: you become a willing participant in what was already set in motion for you. Michael also says this: there is a conversation you've been avoiding, and heaven will give you the strength to face it. The words will not come from anger, but from truth, and when you speak them, chains will break. Someone has held a part of your spirit for too long, and this is the season of release. When it happens, you will feel lighter, and opportunities that felt locked will swing open, as if they were waiting for this exact moment. Your finances are part of this realignment too. Watch for unexpected favor. It may come as an overdue payment, a new stream of income, or a sudden solution to a problem that has lingered over your head. The purpose is not just to relieve your burden, but to equip you for the assignments ahead. You are not being blessed for comfort alone, you are being resourced for purpose. This is why Michael insists you keep certain things private. What is sacred must be shielded, until it is strong enough to stand in the open. And listen carefully, there will be a night soon, when you wake up at an unusual hour. It might be 2 a.m., 3 a.m., or 4 a.m. Do not dismiss it as restlessness. That is your invitation. Sit up, breathe, and whisper, "Michael, I am listening." The silence that follows will not be empty, it will be heavy with presence. You may feel chills, warmth, or even tears without sadness. That is the moment heaven draws nearest, and if you honor it, insight will pour into your spirit, like water into dry ground. I see doors opening, that no human hand could force. People who counted you out, will watch in awe, as your life takes a turn they cannot explain. But Michael warns, do not seek revenge, and do not gloat. Heaven is elevating you for purpose, not for spectacle. The best response to your breakthrough is gratitude and humility. This posture will multiply your blessings, and your peace will become untouchable. Some of you will feel a nudge to return to something you abandoned, a creative gift, a passion, a calling, that once made your soul light up. Heaven is breathing on that again. Pick it up gently, give it space to grow. You will see how the experiences you endured were never wasted, they were preparing your hands to carry this gift with wisdom. By the end of these 7 days, something in your life will no longer feel the same. It might be your environment, your relationships, your inner state, or even the way you speak about your future. You will know the shift has completed, when peace feels more natural than fear, when hope feels more real than doubt, and when gratitude rises in your chest without effort. If your heart is pounding as you read this, if your body feels tingles or warmth or tears, that is not just emotion, it is the confirmation that heaven is near, that Michael is already at work, and that your life is stepping into divine alignment. Do not rush this, do not dismiss it, honor it with your stillness and your yes. Heaven has waited for this moment, and now so have you. You're going to begin seeing flashes of clarity now, little knowing moments. You'll just know what to do, you'll know who to trust, you'll know what to avoid, without explanation. That inner compass, once dimmed by pain and confusion, is about to blaze with a fierce light. Trust it, even when the world around you questions your decisions. This is your divine GPS recalibrating, and it won't lead you astray. There will be days when doubt creeps in, like a shadow at dusk, when old fears try to claw back their place in your mind. When that happens, remember this: every time you step forward, you are rewriting the story of your soul. The script of your past no longer holds power here. Your destiny is not defined by yesterday's wounds, but by today's courage. Michael says, stand firm, the storm is temporary, but your breakthrough is eternal. You might start noticing people entering your life, who feel like pieces of a puzzle you didn't know were missing. Some will be old souls returning, others will be new allies, sent from heaven's courts. Don't dismiss any encounter as coincidence. Some may challenge you, some may uplift you, but all are part of the tapestry God is weaving on your behalf. Be open to receive, and quick to forgive, because forgiveness will clear the path for miracles to flow. Michael also reminded me to tell you about the power of your words during this time. Words are more than sound, they are seeds planted in the spiritual soil. Speak only what builds you up, even when the temptation to complain or curse your circumstances is strong. Declare your faith aloud: I am healed, I am whole, I am protected. These declarations are shields, crafted in the heavenly realm, and nothing made against them will prosper. You might feel a strange shift in your dreams too. Some may be vivid, some cryptic, but none are random. Keep a journal by your bed, and write down every detail. You will find that your subconscious is catching up with your spirit's awakening. Over time these dreams will become prophetic blueprints, showing you the steps you need to take to walk fully into your calling. Don't ignore them. There will be moments when the breakthrough seems delayed, when it feels like nothing is moving, but don't let discouragement take root. The delay is not denial, it's divine timing, perfection in motion. Michael says, the harvest is ripe, the reaper is just aligning the tools. Keep watering your faith, with prayer, gratitude, and action. Small steps are still steps forward. Financial restoration is also in motion. Look carefully for unexpected blessings, a surprise check, a new client, an invitation to a job or project you hadn't planned for. These are signs that the chains around your resources are breaking. But along with this restoration, comes a call to stewardship. Manage your blessings wisely, and share generously. When you give, you open the door for more to flow in, because generosity is a conduit of heaven's favor. Spiritually, you are moving into a new realm of intimacy with God. This is a season where your prayer life will deepen, not just in words, but in feeling and experience. You might hear God's voice more clearly, or sense His presence more tangibly. You might find yourself weeping in places you never expected, or laughing without reason, because your heart is free. Embrace these moments as sacred, for they are signs of your soul being knitted back together. There is a beautiful restoration happening in your relationships too. Some will fall away, as Michael said, because they were never meant to journey with you into your new season. Others will grow stronger, anchored in truth and unconditional love. If there are people you've forgiven, only with your mouth but not your heart, ask God to heal that division now. True freedom in your relationships will release a flood of peace that's been bottled up too long. A word about boundaries: as you heal and rise, you must protect your energy fiercely. Say no to what drains you, no to toxic connections, no to anything that dims your light. Saying no is an act of self-love and spiritual wisdom. It creates space for what God is bringing: joy, peace, purpose, and the people who align with your destiny. In the coming days, you might feel an urge to create, whether that's art, writing, music, or simply redesigning your environment. This is a sign that the creative force of heaven is flowing through you. Don't suppress it, let your hands move, let your heart express, because creation is prayer in motion. Through this, you will unlock new layers of your purpose. Expect supernatural protection, like never before. Michael's sword is not just symbolic, it is active. You may feel invisible barriers, shielding you from harm, from deception, from emotional attacks. If you encounter moments of sudden peace amidst chaos, know that it's a divine hedge around you. When anxiety or fear rises, place your hand over your heart, and say, "Michael, defend me." That simple act connects you instantly to a powerful heavenly force. There will be seasons when the journey feels lonely, even though you are surrounded by people. This is normal. Not everyone can see what you see, and some won't understand your process. You are being prepared for a leadership role that requires strength forged in solitude. During these times, return to your spiritual center. Anchor yourself in God's Word, in silence, in worship. These are your lifelines. Your health will also respond to this shift. You might notice renewed energy, better sleep, and a hunger for nourishment, not just physical, but spiritual and emotional. Pay attention to your body's whispers, it's waking up to new life. If you've struggled with illness or exhaustion, hold fast to the promise of restoration. Michael's healing light surrounds you now. You are invited into a new level of boldness. Boldness to ask for what you need, boldness to walk away from what no longer serves you, boldness to trust your intuition, even when it contradicts advice from others, boldness to dream bigger than you ever dared. This boldness is your birthright, it is the fruit of surviving everything you did, and still standing tall. Remember, this is a journey, not a sprint. Progress may feel slow sometimes, but every step forward is a victory. Celebrate small wins, celebrate waking up another day, celebrating a kind word, a moment of clarity, a breath of fresh air. Gratitude magnifies miracles. Michael says, a grateful heart is a holy altar, where miracles dwell. There's a sacred secret to share, your story, your pain, your triumph, is part of a greater tapestry. By embracing your journey, and sharing your light, you become a beacon for others, still lost in the dark. Your scars tell a story of survival and hope, a testimony that will inspire generations. You were chosen, not just to receive miracles, but to be a miracle for others. Look around, the atmosphere is already charged with change. The heavens are shifting, and you are at the epicenter. You may not see the full picture yet, but trust the process. Michael's sword is cutting through confusion, deception, and fear. You are stepping into clarity, freedom, and destiny. Finally, never forget this: God's love for you is relentless. It pursues you through every valley, every broken place, every shadow. Nothing you've done or experienced can separate you from this love. It's a love that heals, restores, empowers, and transforms. You are deeply cherished, and your life is a divine masterpiece in progress. Take a deep breath now, feel that quiet strength rising inside. That is your soul remembering who it truly is. The breakthrough is not just coming, it is here, unfolding in perfect time. You are not alone, you are not forgotten, you are beloved beyond measure. Keep walking forward, the best is yet to come. You are stepping into a season where the spiritual realm is shifting on your behalf. Old chains are breaking, and the weight you carried for so long is lifting. The heaviness you felt, like a cloud hovering just above your head, will start to dissolve. It might not happen all at once, and it may come in waves, but the release is certain. Michael says, let it go slowly, but do let it go. You don't have to have all the answers about what's next, or why it took so long. Healing isn't linear, and restoration often looks different from what you imagined. But the promise remains: what was lost will return multiplied, what was broken will become a testimony. In these 3 days of stillness, guard your heart. Not everyone who witnessed your struggle is invited into your breakthrough. Protect your peace fiercely. Some will try to dim your light, out of envy or disbelief. Remember, this is a sacred journey, meant for your eyes only, until heaven decides otherwise. Resist the temptation to explain, defend, or justify your faith and your progress. Instead, speak only when your spirit nudges you, and let silence be your sanctuary. You might feel isolated, that's normal. But isolation isn't loneliness, it's preparation. You are being positioned to hear the whispers others miss, and to see the signs others overlook. Michael told me this: the quiet before the storm is the sound of angels aligning your steps. There's power in that quiet. Don't rush it, don't fill it with noise or distraction. Lean into it, allow the Holy Spirit to flood your mind and heart with clarity. Write down whatever comes, even if it feels random or confusing at first. Those notes are the roadmap to your breakthrough. Your faith is being refined like pure gold. The pressure you feel is part of the process, not punishment, but purification. When you feel like you're barely holding on, remember this is when Michael stands closest, his sword unsheathed but lowered, ready to fight the battles you cannot see. His presence is your armor, and your assurance. You may notice changes in your dreams too. They might be vivid, symbolic, or unsettling. Don't shy away from them. Dreams are often the language heaven uses to speak to the deep places in your soul. Keep a journal nearby, and write down everything you remember. Some dreams may contain instructions, others encouragement, and some warnings. All are gifts. Treat them as sacred messages. Financial shifts will begin quietly, but steadily. There's a realignment coming in your provision. Michael's sword is cutting away the blockages that kept your resources trapped. You might see unexpected deposits, sudden job offers, opportunities to serve that pay well, or even a generous hand, from a place you never expected. This is not random luck, this is divine provision. When you receive with gratitude and humility. Give back when you can. Blessings flow when you keep the cycle of generosity open. Spiritually you will feel lighter, freer, more connected. The heaviness of condemnation, regret, or self-doubt will lift, because those things are not from God. Michael wants you to know, your mistakes do not define you. Your past does not disqualify you. God's love is relentless, and relentless love rewrites every broken story. You are not the sum of your failures, but the product of God's grace. The people who will come into your life next are divinely appointed. Some may seem unlikely, or unexpected, but trust Michael's word, these connections are not by chance. They will bring encouragement, doors, and fresh ideas. Some will challenge you, but even challenges are gifts, tools God uses to sharpen your spirit and keep you aligned. Guard these relationships with prayer and discernment. Your purpose, your calling, is no longer a whisper, but a roar inside your soul. You're moving from waiting to action. But remember, every step you take must be bathed in prayer and surrender. Pride will want to rush, but humility will whisper, wait on God. Obedience is your gateway. You'll face tests. They might come as setbacks, disagreements, or moments of confusion. Michael says, tests are the refining fires of faith. Walk through them with your eyes on God, not on the problem. Resist fear. Fear is the enemy's weapon, to paralyze you. Instead choose faith, faith that moves mountains, and parts seas. In the midst of these trials, your inner voice will grow louder. It will be calm, persistent, unwavering. That is your spirit speaking. Listen carefully. It will tell you when to speak, and when to remain silent, when to move forward, and when to pause, when to give, and when to receive. Trust it above all else. Heaven is orchestrating a symphony that includes your life. The delays you've experienced were not denials, but preparation for the perfect timing. Patience is not passive waiting, it's active trust. Keep your eyes open for small miracles, an encouraging word, a timely call, a door opening slightly. These are notes in your song of breakthrough. Michael reminds you that your story is already inspiring others, even when you don't see it. Your resilience, your faith, your willingness to stay, despite the storms, is lighting the way for someone else's salvation. You are a beacon, even when you feel invisible, your light is penetrating darkness. Guard your heart against doubt and negativity. Speak life over yourself daily. Affirm who God says you are. Remind yourself, I am chosen, I am loved, I am called. These declarations are not just positive thoughts, they are spiritual weapons. Use them. Now is the time to deepen your spiritual disciplines. Prayer, meditation, worship, make them daily anchors. When the storms come, and they will, these disciplines will be your refuge. They will keep you steady and focused. Michael also asked me to tell you that your gift, yes, the one you thought was lost, is awakening. You will begin to sense spiritual things more clearly, impressions, dreams, visions. Don't be alarmed or confused, these are God's ways of preparing you for a new level of ministry, influence, and purpose. You may feel an increasing urge to help others, to speak truth, to lead by example. That is your divine assignment unfolding. Embrace it fully, but also wisely. Seek counsel when needed, stay humble. Your influence is a sacred trust. This is your moment, the horizon is brightening, the clouds are parting. You are emerging into the fullness of who you were created to be. Remember, every delay, every heartbreak, every lonely night, has been preparing you for this glorious unveiling. As you walk forward, carry this promise, you are not alone. Michael the warrior angel, the protector of the faithful, is with you. The Father's love surrounds you. The Holy Spirit guides you. Your past is redeemed, your future is blessed. Rest in that truth, let it fill your heart and your home. Speak it out loud, I am chosen, I am loved, I am called. Let those words become the rhythm of your days. The best is yet to come, your miracle is not a distant hope, it is unfolding now, step by step, moment by moment. Stay ready, stay faithful, stay surrendered. Your story is about to change forever, and the world will never be the same, because you lived through the fire, and came out shining. Hold fast, hold on, and step into your destiny, with courage and grace. Heaven has your back. This is not the end of the journey, but the beginning of a new chapter, filled with divine favor, supernatural provision, and unshakable peace. Keep walking in faith, the breakthrough is here. You are deeply loved, highly favored, and divinely appointed. Now go forth, and live out your calling boldly, knowing you have a heavenly army, standing with you, every step of the way. The old energy gone, the doubt cancelled, the delay lifted. Because you stayed, because you trusted just enough, because your soul said yes. And if your heart is still pounding, or your eyes are wet, or your body feels light, that's not emotion anymore, that's activation. You've just been touched by something eternal. You'll never be the same again. So now, beloved soul, the last thing I say is this: don't chase, attract. Don't beg, receive. Don't fear, believe. Don't rush, rest. Don't doubt, declare. Say this out loud now, and say it like heaven is listening: I accept this miracle, I walk in this light, I invite Archangel Michael to protect what is mine, and I promise, I will not skip this again, because now it's here, and so is he. This was never just a message, it was a turning point. Heaven is silent now, the scroll is sealed. You know what to do. Let it begin. You're still here, and that means something holy. You didn't skip, you didn't close this tab, when it got uncomfortable, or intense, or emotional. You felt it all, and God is not blind to that. Archangel Michael is not deaf to your spirit. Silent yes, in fact, every tear, every breath, every sudden stillness while reading, became an offering. You gave God your attention, and heaven never wastes attention. You may feel calm now, peaceful, but also watched. That's not your imagination, that's the presence of divine guardianship. Something you activated tonight is still lingering around you. Let it, don't run back to noise too quickly. Don't fill this silence with distraction. Rest in it, something just broke off of your life. You may not feel it yet, but you will. Something heavy has been lifted. You'll wake up tomorrow, and not know why you feel lighter, but heaven will know, because it started here tonight. You'll sleep differently, more deeply, and while you rest, something divine will be downloaded into your dreams, an answer, a memory, a vision, or just peace. Don't underestimate peace. Some people pray their whole lives, for the kind of stillness that you're stepping into now. Don't overlook it, don't crave something dramatic, when something gentle is already doing the miracle. You'll notice in the next few hours, people around you will begin acting differently, not because they changed, but because your energy shifted. Your frequency has elevated, your spiritual atmosphere has upgraded. People who don't match it anymore, may pull away, ghost you, or fall silent. Let them, that's protection, not rejection. Your anointing will make some people uncomfortable, especially those who benefited from your confusion. But God says, no more confusion, no more delay, no more wandering, I'm bringing you home to yourself. And just like that, you're back. Back in alignment, back in divine rhythm, back in the flow you forgot you had access to. Michael's wings are folding now, his task here is complete. But one last thing he wants you to know: I will remain near, I will guard what was planted tonight, but the next move must come from you, and that move is simple. Stay open, stay listening, stay honoring this presence. And if this message found your soul, in ways that no other voice has, I'll say it one last time: pause and subscribe. Not for the numbers, not for the channel, but for the commitment it marks in your own spirit, for what it declares to heaven: I'm ready, I receive. Because you didn't just finish reading a message, you crossed a threshold. You stepped into something sacred, and you will never walk the same again. God is watching, Michael is listening, and heaven is smiling. You've just done something not everyone is strong enough to do. You stayed present, with a divine message, until the very end. That alone has altered the atmosphere around you. It may not be loud, you may not see fireworks, but in the spirit, something massive just shifted. Your angels are aware of it, your soul knows it, and your timeline is now realigning, in a way that makes no earthly sense, but that's what miracles are. They don't ask for permission from logic, they just happen. And now I speak, not just from the voice of the message, but from the heart of heaven. You are not behind, stop saying you missed it, stop believing you were too late. The truth is, the enemy tried to make you feel delayed, so you would stop expecting what God already scheduled. You were never late, you were hidden, protected, preserved, and now revealed. And from this day forward, the doors that open for you won't be ones you knocked on out of desperation, they'll be the ones God opened, because you were obedient in the waiting. You will begin to see this very soon. Someone will ask you how you've changed. They'll say, you seem different. You'll smile, because you'll know the answer. They didn't hear what you just heard, they didn't feel what you just felt, but you did, and that's all that matters. Your destiny isn't public, your healing didn't need to be witnessed by a crowd. This moment was intimate, between you, Michael, and the God who never stopped chasing your heart. And now it's your turn to respond. What will you do with what you've been given? Will you walk differently? Will you stop accepting less than you deserve? Will you rest instead of running? Will you choose faith over fear? Will you finally stop shrinking, and start shining? Michael says, if they walk even one step in this new light, I will walk 10 beside them. So go, not in fear, not in confusion, but in clarity. You've been marked now, not by the world, not by people, by heaven. And heaven finishes every blessing with one word. Amen.